by Astro's Laboratory. Enjoy your listening experience today. Episode 5, Coiling. Oh, sweet, we have lemonade.
Oh, hello, Abby. Taking a break, I see. Nice to meet you again.
Oh, nice to see you, too. Yeah, I like eating either 1 hour after or before 12 so I don't have to deal with everyone while I eat. It's kind of overstimulating to be out here with that many people.
Ah, I see. I came out here for my coffee. Before it goes cold.
So, weird question. Do you ever hear noises when recording the statements? A fire alarm before you ask. And the case had nothing to do with fire, like no connections, no correlations, nothing, not even mentioned once.
Strange. I heard it as well.
Mr. Silver would like you both to get back to your jobs.
Jamie, can you let me and our dear friend Abby relax?
Sorry, he says it's truly important you get back.
Abby? Where'd you go? Jamie, you scared her off.
At least you'll be doing her work.
Mildred seemed nice. Too bad I had to leave. Well, I got my lunch, thankfully. Okay, let's see here. Oh, what are you, my friend? Let's get you back outside. Oh, a statement. I guess Mildred came in here and left this. Alright, here we go. Statement of Owen Hammond regarding his time doing the electrical for the business Mikeys Veerway. January 19th, 2009. Case number 6343472. A.blossom recording. A archivist at the World of Oddities, America. Statement begins. When I was a kid, my father taught me many things about electrical stuff. I never really liked the wires, especially the shape. It makes me feel weird. Same thing with pasta as well. Funny, that was the last thing my mother made before she passed. My father forced me to go into robotics. I hated him for it. I spent so many hours just so he wouldn't kick me out. I wasn't liked by many of the people there. The names they would call me were awful. I stopped trying to talk to them. Even then, they would never leave me. All I wished for was to be alone. Once I made him, I thought he would treat me like she did, but he never turned on. They broke his body. The wires crawled out to me, screaming. They pushed me to him. I felt the wires crawl into my skin. It hurt so badly. They laughed. It was so loud. I still hear it. The noise never stops. I told my father that I didn't want to do it anymore. Then he hit me over and over again. He even tried to choke me with a little piece of wire that he was working on at the time. I could feel the solder burn into my neck as he did it. That's why I always wear turtlenecks now. He did that until I agreed to listen to him. When I got my electrical license, that was the first time he said he was proud of me. He never did this. He hated me. That's why it felt so weird when he said it. The only reason he stayed is back then it was wrong to leave your kids. He only married Mom because she got pregnant. It was the 80s. He was a bad husband. He never said love. He would say tolerate to her. And I. He was a mean drunk, but he got worse after her death. Life was normal for a few years, but then I got hired by Mikey's Fearway. I thought it was a normal job, just a tad weird, but he paid good money. It felt like every time I'd go to work the place was new. Mike himself felt weird. His hair coiled like wires, but when I think now, it's not. But I swear he had strange hair, just like the wires. His voice sounded like all the voices, but no one but someone. There was a beautiful girl who worked the desk. Her name was May Howard. She was the receptionist. I saw her every day, and we talked a lot. I like to believe that I'm charming, and I suppose it worked. Then, after about 3 months, I asked her out on September 5th, 2016. We went out to this Asian restaurant. It was called like Yum Yum Buffet or something. We went out for a few months like this. She told me that Mike was helping her overcome her fear of not being able to stay in one place. I don't remember the word she used to describe it, though. I thought to myself that she was just using me to help her stay, but I didn't say anything. I didn't want to ruin the mood, you know. We even ended up moving in together after the 7th month, which I thought was weird, but she said she'd pay for rent, which I had no complaints. I don't get paid enough, but good enough for what I had before we were a thing. She had this conversation with me one time about fear. It was strange. I told her about my fear of the wires. From what I can remember, it went like this. How do you work if you fear the very thing you work on? I said, for the money, of course. I mean, it wasn't the real reason, but I didn't want her to know that of my past. I even told her my father was dead, so she didn't bring it up. Then she asked why I was afraid of them. I told her. She said, Michael can help me, but I said no, because I thought it was a load of crap. She said he's been a great help to her. I was glad, because if it didn't work, I would have never met her. I loved her. I really did. Everything was going well until I got this call from Michael. He said a wild animal got in the breaker room and chewed through a lot of the wires. He said he'd pay double if I can get there under an hour and fix it. Of course I agreed. I was trying to get a ring for May. When I got there, he was just waiting for me. It felt weird. He never did that. He would just wait in his office every time, even when the power was out. When the hurricane hit some time back, he just waited there. He pulled me aside and said to be careful and that it was bad. He said it in this condescending tone. It was weird. He only ever acted like a straight talker. He gave me this sorry look. The way you look at someone before telling them a family member has died or something. Then he pulled me into the room, walked out. I heard a click of the door, but I didn't think it was locked. I walked over to the breaker, and there they were, everywhere. It was hard for me to breathe, and I began to fall onto the floor after getting dizzy for a while. My vision started worsening, but I pushed myself up. The smell of melting rubber filled my head. I grabbed my tools to try and fix the wires, and it wrapped around my arm. It's slowly climbing up my arms, twisting into me. I started to scream for help, but no one came. I was alone for so long. They slowly tore through all of me. Then I saw them, my creation. His steps booming out with the force to crush me. The coiling, twisting, moving of the wires that come from his skin started twisting the wires of his body into mine. Me with him with me. We were one together. Then he started to pull out of my skin, taking the rest of them. I felt alone, truly empty after years of being someone else's plaything. My son walked away from me, the booming getting quieter and far away. I no longer fear. I no longer feel. End of statement. Yeah. Oh, wow. That one was long. I've not really had an opportunity to research this statement yet. It just appeared on my desk. So I'll be back soon. Recording 1 ends. Recording 2 begins. I looked into it. Mikey's Fearway. He's been missing since around November 3rd, 2023. He put an announcement out when COVID hit saying he would be back soon. Mikey's Fairway did open for 4 months during 23. He did help people from what I can tell, but Michael Starr was not his real name. There's no public records of him before 1982 when Mikey's Fairway was opened. There was a tip to the local police during 2024 that the building was being used for drug trade. When they raided the place, they found bodies. Some believe it to be the ones who didn't survive the fear-away process, but that's just a rumor. I was able to find an old storage room that is believed to belong to Michael. I'm going to check it out soon. I know it's not part of my job description, but I sort of want to know, who won it? It's interesting to me, at least. It is Unit 174 at Geno Storage in Minnesota. That will be fun. Back home. End of recording 2. Recording 3 begins. I had to pay the night watchman a couple hundred, but to get in, but he was quite a fucking dickhead. And I'm in. Oh my. This is bad. No. What are you? I should try to explain this. I'm seeing a body. I think it's Michael. There's these weird symbols in his skin. I feel like 19. I can't really tell what they are. I need to leave. I will not continue this recording batch. End of recording. I'm out. 3. Thank you for listening to another episode of The World of Oddities, written by A.blossom and produced by Astros Laboratory. Special thanks to Samurai Star for providing the voice of Jamie Richardson. Also, special thanks to Claire for providing the voice of Mildred Dotson.